What's up, guys? I want to talk to you today about something that will take deep thinking to actually comprehend. It is not an extreme subject, so it's not going to be easy to grasp. It is something subtle. And because it is subtle, you're going to have to put some thought into this. The question I have for you is, where does technology come from? Now, I'm not going to immediately say, oh, it's from Satan, because obviously. And I'm not going to say the Antichrist is immediately behind this. No, that doesn't make any sense, because we know that men create this and have created it. So there's where we find our answer. Who is behind technology? It is mankind. It is unsaved mankind. What baffles me is how Christians get so wrapped up in technology. And I'm not completely against technology, because you can see the means and methods by which I'm trying to get this message to you. But it amazes me, those that get so wrapped up in technology, that they are married to their phone, that they have given up all note-taking and thinking for their tablet, that they cannot make any kind of presentation without boo marks and and there's got to be PowerPoint in the background, etc., where we get so caught up in technology that we're kind of enraptured in it and entangled with it. And if mankind is behind these things, we have to remember that mankind is fallen, and that even though we can use the tools of mankind, that maybe they are tainted with this fallenness as well. Now again, this is a subtle topic. It's not an extreme topic. It's not an easy to see topic. But I want to spark your imagination and get you thinking deeply upon this topic. And I'm going to start with a really broad scope to see if technology is truly the friend that we think that it is. So you might not have paid any attention to this, but as of this year, it became law that in the ingredients panel on your foods, they now have to tell you which foods are genetically modified. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's no big deal, right? On your past labels for the last several years, you've probably seen the little banner that says non-GMO and hadn't thought much about it. You probably just thought, well, it's good that it's non-GMO, but what is GMO? Genetically modified food. I don't know what the O is for, but it is talking about genetically modified. This being the case, there are now hundreds and most likely thousands of products that are all genetically modified for the good of mankind. I mean, this is great, right? We have created pest-resistant crops. We have created some drought-resistant crops, some foods that grow better when there's, not as much water, and foods that produce more. And we've messed with these little genetics here and there, and mankind has used technology to build us up. I hope you're a little disturbed that you're already eating genetically modified foods and might be like, what? I'm eating I didn't know that. I wasn't sure of this. Check your labels. This being the case, can you see possibly how things in Revelation might begin to unfold for us? We're creating genetically modified foods like seeds that can no longer reproduce, a fruit or a vegetable that springs forth out of the ground that can only be ate or used once and you can't replant from it. Can you see how that might be problematic? Like, what if we plant the wrong crop, or what if we get the wrong labels in our factories and we begin to plant the wrong things, and we were like, oh, well, I was planting the seed crop here and I messed up, and now none of our seed crop, we don't have enough seed coming in for the next year. These things could be very problematic. The end of the world talks about mass starvation, and the book of Revelation talks about famines. If you have genetically modified a food to be healthier, to be drought resistant, etc., maybe there is something about the genetic modification that the scientists don't quite know. And you don't know science unless you understand that scientists face a huge wall of ignorance. Now, they paint a picture to the public like they know everything, that they are masters of their own destiny. But once you start digging in, you find out there is this huge wall of ignorance that they have no comprehension of, that they don't know what's past that, and they don't mind learning by experimentation. And this being the case, do you think we might actually, at some point, genetically modify food the wrong way? I'm not saying intentionally, but just genetically modify it the wrong way and kill millions of people from mass starvation. I could see Satan possibly using that. But maybe that's too broad of an attack for you. Let's narrow it down just a little more. What about the case of movies? Just this past week, I saw a new movie where the heroine, because, we're in 2022 and we want less heroes now, we want heroines. And so as she is protecting everyone from the bad guy, as she is taking control, the picture they paint of Christians, or the only Christian in the character role in this movie, was painted as a complete and utter coward. And this was made obviously clear. You might think, well, that person wasn't really a Christian. No, this person was the chaplain, and they made sure to have some religious conversations at the beginning of the movie, so you knew this guy was religious. And then you wanted to see how his religion failed when he really needed it as you watched this movie. And so when this guy is confronted with the bad guy, he pleads for his life. He's not like David. He doesn't come out and cut Goliath's head off. He's not outspoken like Paul, who is talking with people that would stone him or kill him in a very bold manner. He's not like Samson going out there and slaughtering 1,000 people. No, you're, as a Christian, weak and terrible people that are fearful of everything. That is the way technology has been used to paint Christianity, and it's done, I would say, in many movies. There's one series I've seen that in every single episode, they make sure to mock Christianity in every single episode. How is this overlooked? So, is technology our friend? When we're like, well, it's just a tool. It's just a tool that we use. I want you to understand that it is a tool that is being used against us, and it might be being used against us more than you would imagine. So, broad scope, genetically modified foods could be used to destroy all mankind, or try to. Movies could be aimed strictly at attacking Christians. But is there anything more direct than that? I mean, maybe those things are, not as direct. Well, I want you to know, as of making this video, I've made over 300 movies. And I made them on different phones, movies, videos, these type of videos. And as I've made those videos, the thumbnails that pop up when you go to download these videos onto the YouTube channel or onto your actual PC, when you go to put them on there, it throws up little thumbnails from the video so you can know which video it was and what it's talking about. In every single video that I have mentioned Jesus or God or Christ or church or Messiah, the thumbnail looks something like this. Something totally stupid and ridiculous. And you know how they can find these in every single video where you've got some speaking going on. All you have to do is stop something in the middle of a word, and then you get some kind of dumb picture, and then they put it up. And I'm telling you, on the 3 thumbnails that it gives me on YouTube, coming from the software off of my phone or phones, it always shows when you're talking about Jesus that you're a moron. This is a dumb video. This is stupid. But if I make a video of something just completely and absolutely generic, I look like one of the most pleasant people on the planet. I look so friendly. I look spectacular. I look wonderful. And so one of the things I would ask is technology the friend and the tool to you that you think that it is? I started out really wide. Genetically modified food, maybe against all mankind. Guess who hates all mankind? Satan. Movies against Christianity. The phone in particular against particular Christians. This is such a subtle argument. But you have to understand that if technology comes from the background of fallen men, that it is their tool, that it is their world. And please don't be surprised when that tool is gravely used against you. Get some wisdom in your mind. Think about this. Plan ahead.